What's growing on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you how I'm going to protect one of my big tomato plants from a late frost. We have had a very mild second half of March, and as a result, I planted this tomato plant right here about 2 weeks before my last frost date as a demonstration that I could use for one of my videos. And like clockwork, literally on the weekend of our average last frost date, we are going to get a random night in the mid to upper 30s. So patchy frost is possible in low spots, which is where I live. So it is very possible that I will have frost in my yard when I wake up tomorrow. So we must protect this tomato plant. Every now and again, what seems to be at random at grocery stores, they will get in pallets of these big 4-gallon water jugs. And I always like to buy a couple and stash them in my garage in case of a water emergency, like a hurricane, a severe storm, a utility hit, or a boil advisory that makes it impossible for me to drink water out of the tap. So I will store these jugs, and then when I see the store get in fresh jugs months later, I'll replace the ones that I have already in storage with the fresh ones, and then I'll use these to make iced coffee and drink them, and I will wind up with these spare extra jugs, and I'm going to turn this into a very sturdy makeshift greenhouse for a large plant. Now, doing this is very simple. I just took some tape and I ran it along in a straight line around the base of this jug because I want to cut this off, and I'm specifically going to cut down here and pull the duct tape off because if I accidentally slip and cut down, it's not going to damage the jug. But if I tried cutting above the tape and I slip, I'll ruin the entire jug. So it's easier to just start cutting with a very sharp utility knife right along the edge of that duct tape. And the key here is to go very slow and be very deliberate with your cuts. And then we will remove the duct tape. And I have to say, we have a pretty sweet looking little greenhouse right here. I also hollowed out the cap right here so the stake would fit through the top. So the first thing we want to do is take our hands and pull away some of the soil around the tomato plant because we actually need this soil to lock in the warmth, the warm air underneath this little cloche right here. So we're going to take this greenhouse and we're going to very carefully and gingerly place it over our tomato plant because, wow, this plant is even bigger than I thought it was. Okay, now the tomato plant is completely underneath this little water jug greenhouse, and I'm going to take my hands and lightly grind it into the soil a little bit to embed it. And that's not only going to lock in the warm air, but it's going to prevent any wind from blowing it away. And then finally, I am going to place some soil around it to help hold it into place. I'm also going to lean a couple bricks around the sides of this as well because I want to make absolute certain that this does not blow away because it's a little breezy out with the cold front coming in.
Well, we got down to 36.3 degrees last night. And there actually is some patchy frost on my neighbor's roof right there. Ugh. But thankfully, it looks like the frost didn't reach ground level, and the garden looks completely unscathed.
So now we have to remove our greenhouse. And as you can see, despite a little bit of frost on the rooftops this morning, we have a completely unharmed tomato plant. There is no sign of leaf damage. Yes, I do know it looks a little bit sad, but that's because it was conformed to that greenhouse right there. So as soon as it gets to absorb the sunlight, it's going to lift its branches up and it'll be fine. This method will be effective at protecting your plants for frosts that occur at or slightly above freezing. But if temperatures are going to drop significantly below freezing, this may not be effective because plants do not generate body heat. If you have temperatures that fall significantly below freezing, you need a warming source underneath like these incandescent Christmas lights right here because they will generate warmth and you need to lock that warmth in. And of course, if you're dealing with smaller plants and you don't need a jug that big, you can do the same exact thing with 1-gallon milk or water jugs. Just cut off the bottom, slip them over the plants, and they will work great for frost protection. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip.
If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.